Welcome back. Our topic today is what does a scientist do? My name is Ajlin Andreis Sarun and I will be your virtual teacher today. In this lesson, you will be describing the work of a scientist and you will be expressing predictions and speculations. For this lesson, you need a pen or a pencil, a notebook, internet access, and you can stop the recording anytime you like. So let's start. In order to warm you up to the idea of science and scientists, let's watch a short film. So lean back in your chair and relax. Don't trust atoms. They make up everything. I hope you understood the pun. It means that the whole world is made up of atoms. But today we are not going to talk about chemists or chemistry. We are going to talk about some other types of scientists a bit later. But first, what does a scientist do? A scientist collects, classifies, questions, invents, wonders, measures, discovers, guesses, observes, thinks, experiments, and sorts things out. In order to make observations, a scientist uses his senses, and the 5 senses are hearing, sight, taste, touch, and smell. In order to perform their experiments, scientists use different tools. Hand lens is used in order to see things better, and a funnel is used for different experiments in a lab. Tongues are used so that you don't use your fingers but touch things with tongues instead. A thermometer is used to measure the temperature, and a watch glass is used to observe what happens with certain things that are in that watch glass. With microscope you can see things way much better, and with balance you can weigh the weight of different substances. Some other tools are used in a lab like pipettes, test tubes, and beakers. Beakers are used to put liquid in them and then to test them. There is quite a number of scientists in the world, and different scientists do different things. So there is a meteorologist, an entomologist, a paleontologist, a botanist, a zoologist, an astronomer, a geologist, a nutritionist, a gemologist, a hydrologist, an ecologist, an oceanographer. What you have to do now is copy this in your notebook. So please stop the recording and copy these words in your notebook. We will need that for our next task. Time to search the net. So please stop this recording now and try to find on the internet what these scientists do. Time to practice now. So what you have to do is copy this link that you can see here in blue and do an interesting exercise, matching exercise in Learning Apps. So stop the recording and do the exercise. Welcome to our quiz, our science quiz. Our contestants today are Leah and Harry, and they are going to say if the statements are true or false. If you hear this sound, that is false. Let's hope we won't hear too much of that. So let's start. And here we come to our first question. Harry, this one is for you. Polar bears are nearly undetectable by infrared cameras. True or false?
False. It can't be true because infrared cameras detect all living creatures.
False. Infrared cameras detect the heat lost by a subject as infrared, but polar bears have deep fur that keeps them warm. This one, Leah, is for you. It takes 1 day and 10 minutes for light to travel from the sun to the earth. True or false?
It may be true. I'm not quite sure. I'll say true.
Incorrect. It takes 8 minutes 19 seconds for light to travel from the sun to the earth. Let's see if you have more luck with the third question. Harry, a flea can accelerate faster than the space shuttle. True or false?
True. It is so ridiculous that it must be true.
This one is correct. Fleas experience 100 Gs while the space shuttle peaked at around 5 G. And here we come to question number 4. This one is for you, Leah. Pay attention. Marie Curie is the only scientist in history to win Nobel Prizes in 2 different categories. True or false?
True. I'm positive. It must be true.
And you are right. She was awarded her Nobel Prizes in physics and in chemistry. Question number 5. For you, Harry, your chance to improve your score. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. True or false?
True. It must be true. Edison did invent the light bulb.
False, Harry. He did make the first fully functional light bulb in 1879, but earlier versions of light bulbs were made by Warren de la Rue and Joseph Swan. Leah, question number 6. Alfred Nobel founded the Nobel Prize through explosives. True or false?
I'm not sure. It could be false.
Your question is false. His work with science led him to produce dynamite and other explosives, and that's what funded the Nobel Prize. Harry, question number 7. A laser can get trapped in water. True or false?
It can't be true, so I will say false.
And that is incorrect because when light travels through water, it is slowed by the heavier particles in water. Because of that, the laser beam effectively gets trapped in the water. Leah, question number 8. Earth's oxygen is produced by rainforests. True or false?
I'm not sure, but it may not be true. So I will say false.
And you are correct. Plankton, seaweed, and other photosynthesizers produce over half of the world's oxygen. Harry, your chance to improve your score again. Question number 9. Rats laugh when being tickled. True or false?
It's a tough question. I really don't know. I will opt for false.
And it is incorrect. These creatures are more dynamic than we think. Rats have the ability to laugh when tickled, believe it or not. Here we come to statement number 10. Hot water freezes faster than cold water. Is that true or false, Leah?
It can't be true. It makes no sense, so I say false, 100%.
Unfortunately, Leah, that is incorrect. Scientists now believe this is because the velocities of water particles have a specific disposition while they are hot that allows them to freeze more readily. Harry, number 11. Mammals don't have wings, do they? True or false?
True. Mammals can't fly.
Bats are mammals and bats can fly. And the last one. This one is going to tell us who the winner is. Leah, women are more likely to be colorblind than men. What do you say?
False, I'm sure. Women can't be colorblind. How else would we go shopping?
And this one, Leah, is true. It is the other way around. Men are more likely to be colorblind than women. So, thank you for joining, and we have the winner. And the winner is Leah. She had most scores and she's the winner. In the quiz that we have just listened to, Leah and Harry were supposed to speculate if the statement was true or false. So when Harry, for example, was very much sure that it was not true, he said it can't be true. Or that it was false, he said it must be false. He was pretty much certain that mammals don't fly, so he said mammals can't fly, meaning it can't be true. How do we speculate? Well, we speculate by using a modal verb plus infinitive. The question now is, which modal verbs do we use? If we are very certain of something, we use the verb must, and if we are not so certain, we use could, may, or might. It must be true. We are very certain that it's true. It could be true. Not so certain. It may or might be true. We are down to 50% of certainty. In the negative, it is a bit different. When we are very certain that something is not true, we say it can't be true. And if we are 50% certain, we say may not or might not. You know that scientists speculate, wonder, question things. You are now going to be a scientist, and what you can see here is maybe an alien or a very thin person or something else. So now stop this recording and finish these sentences and give a possible explanation why you think it is like that. So stop the recording now and finish these sentences. Speculate. Some more scientific work for you now, and this is your homework. What you have to do is analyze this animal that you can see. Use your senses to describe it and speculate. Write 7 sentences, and the first one is already written for you. It must be fast because it has long legs. It can't. Now please continue. and speculate as much as you can and give plausible explanations. So stop the recording now and do your task. We have come to the end of this lesson. If you have listened to the quiz, if you have searched the net for definitions, if you have completed the exercises in learning apps, if you have speculated and you have described the animal using your senses, you should tick the smiling smiley. If you haven't done some of these things, you know the routine. You should go back to the part that you haven't done and do it all over again. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.